rain poured down in relentless sheets, turning the bustling city streets into a blur of gray and neon. Amid the chaos, a small figure stood trembling outside the gleaming skyscraper of Lancaster Industries. Her threadbare coat clung to her shivering frame, and her worn-out sneakers were soaked through. But it wasn't the cold that made her heart race. It was the ring she had seen on the hand of Nicholas Lancaster, the billionaire CEO, during a televised interview. A ring that matched the one her mother had worn every single day of her life until her passing. With a deep breath, 12-year-old Emma tightened her grip on the crumpled photo in her pocket. A faded picture of her mother smiling, the ring glinting on her finger. She had nothing left to lose. Her mother was gone. Their tiny apartment was gone. And the foster system had become a revolving door of uncertainty. This ring was her last connection to the woman who had loved her fiercely, and she needed answers. The security guard at the entrance eyed her skeptically as she approached. "I need to see Mr. Lancaster," Emma said, her voice trembling but determined. "It's about the ring he wears. Please, it's important." The guard hesitated, but something in Emma's eyes, a mix of desperation and hope, made him pick up the phone. Moments later, Emma found herself in the elevator, her heart pounding as the numbers climbed higher. When the doors slid open, she stepped into a world of opulence. Marble floors, floor-to-ceiling windows, and a desk so large it could have doubled as a dance floor. Behind it sat Nicholas Lancaster. His sharp features were softened only slightly by the faint lines of age. His piercing blue eyes locked onto hers, and for a moment, Emma forgot how to breathe. "You wanted to see me?" he asked, his tone cool but not unkind. Emma swallowed hard and stepped forward. "Hi, sir. My mother had a ring just like yours." She pulled the photo from her pocket and placed it on his desk. She said it was special, that it told a story, but she never got to finish telling me what that story was. She passed away last year." Nicholas's expression shifted, a flicker of something unreadable crossing his face. He picked up the photo, his fingers brushing over the image of the ring. For a long moment he said nothing. Then he stood and walked to the window, his back to her. "What was your mother's name?" he asked, his voice barely above a whisper. "Elena," Emma replied. "Elena Carter." The name seemed to hang in the air, heavy with meaning. Nicholas turned back to her, his eyes glistening. "Elena," he repeated, as if testing the weight of the name on his tongue. "She was my sister." Emma's world tilted. "Your sister? But my mother never mentioned you. She never talked about her family at all." Nicholas sighed, running a hand through his silver hair. "We were estranged. Our family, it was complicated. When Elena left, she took that ring with her. It was a family heirloom, passed down through generations. I always wondered what happened to her." He paused, his gaze softening as he looked at Emma. "And now I know. She had you." Over the next hour, Nicholas shared the story her mother had never been able to finish. The ring was a symbol of resilience, passed down from a great-grandmother who had fled war-torn Europe with nothing but the clothes on her back and the ring on her finger. It represented survival, hope, and the unbreakable bond of family. But their own family had fractured under the weight of expectations and misunderstandings, and Elena had chosen to walk away rather than live under their father's controlling thumb. As Emma listened, she felt a mix of emotions: anger at the family who had let her mother go, sadness for the years they had lost, but also a glimmer of hope. Nicholas, too, seemed transformed by the conversation. The cold, distant CEO was gone, replaced by a man grappling with regret and the possibility of redemption. "Emma," he said finally, "I can't change the past, but I can make sure you have a future. Your family, and family takes care of each other. If you'll let me, I'd like to be a part of your life." Tears welled in Emma's eyes as she nodded. For the first time in what felt like forever, she didn't feel alone. The ring had brought her here, to this moment, to this man who was her uncle. It had connected her to a past she had never known, and a future she had never dared to dream of. As the rain outside began to ease, Emma and Nicholas sat together, piecing together the fragments of their shared history. The ring, once a symbol of loss, had become a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest times, love and family could find a way to shine through. And as the city lights flickered on, casting a warm glow over the office, Emma felt something she hadn't felt in a long time, the comforting embrace of home.